What's up guys, I'm Newbie Dave and welcome to the Weekend Update. Let's get started. What's up guys, hope you're having a fantastic week. It wasn't too long ago that we took on the Ender Dragon and we took a couple of hits. We died. I'll just be blunt, we died once. But we're also playing on hard difficulty, so only one death was really good in my opinion for my first time fighting the Ender Dragon on hard. I was pretty pleased with that. So we got our lovely dragon egg. We built a little sort of victory arch to display this thing on. And that's it. We've pretty much beat the game, right? Well, actually there is one more pretty hard boss to fight in Minecraft. I guess technically there's three bosses. There's the Ender Dragon, there's the Elder Guardians, and then there is the Wither. And it's actually the Wither that I want to fight today because the Wither's tough. I'm not gonna lie. He's, in my opinion, much tougher than the Ender Dragon. But the Wither also drops nether stars, and nether stars are a necessary component to build a beacon, and I really want a beacon. I've gone long enough in this world without a beacon. I want a beacon so we can get haste, so we can get super speed, so we can get regeneration. So we're gonna go fight the Wither today. But as I said, the Wither is much more difficult to fight than the Ender Dragon, in my opinion. I don't like fighting the Wither at all. You need lots and lots of supplies, you need really good armor, you need really good weapons, you need potions, you need golden apples, you need buckets of milk to remove the Wither effect. It's a hard fight. But I'm going to show you a trick today that makes fighting the Wither super duper easy. So to get started, to fight the Wither, really all you need is 4 soul sand and 3 Wither skeleton skulls. That will summon the Wither and then you can fight him however you want. For this technique, you're also going to want some obsidian. I've got a full stack here. You really only need 3 obsidian. And then you also want to bring either some dirt and a sunflower or an empty locator map. Your choice. I like the dirt and sunflower. It's just a little bit easier, but I'm going to show you 3 different ways to set up this, what I like to call a Wither trap. And it makes fighting the Wither much easier. Everything else I've got in here is actually just to set up a beacon, so you don't need these things to fight the Wither, but I'm going to go ahead and bring them so that as soon as we do fight the Wither and get the nether star, we can go ahead and build ourselves a beacon. So for this technique, for this Wither trap, for the easy, no brain, no fuss method of fighting the Wither, you're going to want to go back to the end. Now some might feel that this technique of fighting the Wither is a little bit cheaty. But I would ask, is it cheating to build a farm that spawns iron golems and kills them to get an unlimited supply of iron? Is it cheating to build a giant farm that spawns a bunch of zombified piglins and kills them so you get unlimited gold? Is it cheating to build a sugarcane farm with pistons and observers that automatically collects the sugarcane for you? I feel like if you are taking advantage of the mechanics of the game, then it's not really cheating if it's just making your life simpler. And honestly, the Wither fight is something that I am perfectly okay making it as easy as possible. Oh boy, we got an angry piglin following us through the portal here. So we're back at our end portal. We're going to go through this thing, hop back into the end, and I'm going to show you the super easy method of fighting the Wither. It's so easy that not only am I going to do this in a weekend update, which is usually very short and simple, I'm going to kill the Wither twice in the same weekend update, and it's not going to take any time at all. So once you are back in the end, by the way, I've got myself a little purple farm going over here. I guess not purple, chorus plants. It's going to grow chorus plants, which I can then use to make purple blocks. So it's kind of a purple farm, but it's a chorus fruit farm. Yeah. So what you're going to want to do is come back over to the central pedestal where the dragon was killed. And you're going to want to dig down below this thing. Don't worry about accidentally breaking this. This thing is built out of bedrock. You could just sit here and mine it all day. It's not going anywhere. It can't be destroyed. So we're going to dig down below this gateway, this pedestal, this portal, and you're going to want to go, the portal itself is only 2 blocks deep, and you're going to want to go about 3 blocks below that. And I'm just going to go ahead and clear out everything below the portal all the way around 3 blocks down. As an added bonus, you will get lots of endstone with this technique. And here we go. I've dug out all the way around underneath this central pedestal just to make things easier to get in and out. I also went ahead and dug some stairs on either side, so it doesn't matter which way I want to get in or out from. It's easy to get down there. Now, if you do plan on resummoning the dragon and fighting the dragon again in the future, you might not want to go this crazy with it and leave some endstone around the portal so you can get to the pedestal to fight the dragon. If I come back and fight the dragon again in the future, I'll probably just go ahead and replace some of this endstone. But for now, I like this. But you don't have to go this crazy with it. Now, these next couple of steps are very, very important. You want to pay attention closely and follow every step exactly, because if you get this wrong, if you mess this up, you will be fighting the Wither in the end, which is probably the worst place in the game to try to fight the Wither. So what we want to do is we want to find the west side of this portal. There's a couple of ways that you can do this, which I said I would explain all of them to you. The first technique is using the locator map. So if you have an empty locator map, go ahead and bring that out and click it to reveal the map. And you can see as you turn, your arrow on the map shows which direction you're facing. So right now I'm facing north, I am facing east, I am facing south, and I am facing west. And so this side is the west side of the portal. This is the side that we want to work on. So using the locator map is one method of doing that. Another method, which I prefer, is using dirt and sunflowers. So a sunflower will always face east. It doesn't matter where you plant it, it doesn't matter what dimension you're in, it will always face to the east. So because the sunflower is pointing that direction, we know that is east, which means that this is west, so we are on the west side of the portal. I like this method so much that I am going to leave a sunflower planted over here so I know that this is the west side of the portal and I never have to think about it again. The third method, if you don't have either of those and just don't want to bother to get a locator map for a sunflower, is just look at your coordinates. When you are traveling west, your X coordinate is going to be getting smaller. When you are traveling east, your X coordinate will be getting bigger. And so just turn until your X coordinate is decreasing and you are running to the west. So you want to be on the negative X side of the portal. This is very important because of how the Wither spawns relative to where he is generated. All right, so let's get out our Wither summoning supplies. So you are going to need some obsidian, at least 3. I brought a full stack. And you're going to need 4 soul sand and 3 Wither skeleton skulls. Now we're going to go underneath the pedestal here. And again, we are going to be working on the west side. That is super duper important. And you're going to want to go to the very, very edge of the pedestal. And I'm going to use some endstone as kind of some temporary blocks on this very edge block of the bottom of the base. Ignore the outer rim. Go to the very bottom of the base on that very edge block. Go down 2 blocks, and right below that, place some obsidian. You're going to place 2 more obsidian behind that, going towards the center of the pedestal. So this block of obsidian should be right below the center of the pedestal, and the rest of it should be coming out to the west side, lining up with the center of the bottom of this pedestal. So just 3 blocks like that. That is all you need, and I highly recommend only building that much because this is going to help you remember which side you need to build this on. If you fill out the entire pedestal with obsidian or do some pattern or something, then you might forget which side you need to spawn the Wither on. So I'm just going to start with 3. And next we are going to actually summon the Wither. Now normally when you summon the Wither, you need to build a T-structure out of soul sand like this. The typical approach is to build it upright like this, and then you place these skulls on top, and once you have placed all 3 skulls, the Wither is summoned. You can also build this T pattern sideways. It doesn't have to be upright like that. So what we're going to do is we're going to build this T sideways to summon the Wither. And I think this is probably the step where most people probably get it wrong when they try this and it doesn't work. You're not going to build the Wither on the obsidian, you're actually going to build it on the bottom of the podium. So we're going to place our first soul sand right there, and then the next 3 are going to be sticking out from it like this. So you can see the T is sideways up against the bottom of that pedestal. Now we're going to place the Wither skeleton skulls on this side, and that will summon the Wither when we place the 3rd skull. Before you do this, double check that you've got everything correct. The obsidian should be 3 blocks below the bottom of the pedestal. You should be building this thing on the west side of the pedestal, and you want to be building the T structure on the bottom of the bedrock, not on the obsidian. And when we place this third skull, boom, we have summoned the Wither, and as you can see, he is actually stuck in the bedrock. I'm actually going to back up a little bit because when he first spawns, he's going to blast and do some damage. And so now he is shooting his skulls, he's going crazy, he's angry, and you can see his health bar up there is slowly ticking down. We're not doing anything, and we're destroying the Wither. Okay, technically he's destroying himself because he is suffocating in the bedrock. But yeah, you can just sit back here and just wait. Just take your time. He'll slowly die. I like to get in there and kind of help him out. So I'll get in here with my bow and just start shooting him with my bow. And actually it looks like my arrows are going through him, so I'm actually just going to hang back because I'm playing on hard difficulty. I don't want to get the Wither effect. I think it could kill me on hard, and I don't have any milk to remove the effect. So yeah, I'm just going to hang out back here and let the Wither kill himself. Drinking some tea. Catching up on the news. Right now I'm doing a Sudoku puzzle. Maybe I'll take the dog for a walk. And there he goes. So we just defeated the Wither without lifting a finger to actually attack him. It doesn't get much easier than that, folks. And you can see right down there the precious nether star. With that, we can construct a beacon. We also got a couple Wither roses. It's probably from some of the Endermen. When the Wither first summoned in his initial blast, I think he caught some of the Endermen. They got mad, came in, and any mobs that the Wither kills is going to drop a Wither rose. So we got a couple Wither roses too. So yeah, super duper easy. So easy, in fact, that I'm going to do it a second time. Now, word of caution, even though this is really easy, takes no effort from you to actually fight the Wither, and you might be tempted to do so, don't summon more than one Wither at a time. I actually tried that in a creative world. I was able to get 3 Withers at the same time constructing this farm. Any more than that, they just started destroying the soul sand before I could finish building it. But yeah, for some reason, once you have more than one Wither trapped in this farm, they don't suffocate anymore. My theory is maybe they're hitting each other with their skulls and the Wither effect heals them? I don't know. But yeah, just do one Wither at a time. Just wait. Check me out. I'm mining it for obsidian while fighting the Wither. You're not going to see this too often. Fighting the Wither with no armor, no weapons. Hello! And victory. Now, die. Explode. There you go. So yeah, 2 Withers, a couple minutes, no effort. I didn't even have to wear armor for the fight. It's just so easy, you guys. I love the Wither trap. I love not having to fight the Wither at all because I hate having to fight the Wither. So now that we've got... Oh, I didn't bring a crafting table. I was going to build a beacon here in the end because I've actually, you can see up there, I've been doing a bit of mining of obsidian. That's why I've got several stacks of obsidian. I just come out here to the end and start working my way down these pillars to get all the obsidian. And so I went to build a beacon here in the end to get haste 2 to mine the obsidian faster. I didn't bring a crafting table. How silly is that? So eventually I'll come back and put a second beacon out here in the end. In the meantime, I'm just going to head back to the overworld and we'll build our first beacon there. Alright, so here we are back in the overworld. Where are we going to build our first beacon? So a beacon, you have to build a pyramid out of either iron blocks, gold blocks, emerald blocks, diamond blocks, or netherite blocks. And you can actually mix and match those. They don't have to all be the same block type. And you need a base that is, well, you can build it at different levels. Right below the beacon, you need a level that is 3 by 3. You can also build a level below that that's 5 by 5, one that is 7 by 7, and one that's 9 by 9. The more levels you build, the longer the effect of the beacon will last before it wears out, and the longer the range of the beacon, the farther away from the beacon you can be and still receive the effect. So you want to build a 4-level pyramid if you have the resources to do it, which we do. And I'm going to build one beacon out of iron blocks and another beacon out of emerald blocks because I've got so many emeralds. It is my goal to actually build a beacon pyramid out of emerald, out of iron, out of gold, and eventually out of diamond blocks. I'm not going to go for netherite, that's just insane. I have a life outside of Minecraft, but I think I can get enough diamonds to build a level 4 beacon pyramid out of diamond blocks. So for now we're going to do iron. Let me go find a crafting table. And to craft a beacon you just need 3 obsidian, a nether star, and 5 glass. So a maximum level 4 beacon has a range of 50 blocks, which it's not going to cover the entire area that we're working in, from the XP farm down to the iron farm, to the ice farm, over to the gold farm. That's just going to be more than 50 blocks. But I think if we build it right around here, it should be close enough to everything that I'll be within range to get the beacon effect, and then it will last for 17 seconds as I wander off and do other things. So I think this is where I'm going to build the beacon, right here. Now normally I like to build my beacons underground so that just the beacon is like right below the surface and you just see the beacon beams shooting out from the ground. I think it looks a lot better. It kind of blends in so you don't have this giant pyramid sticking up out of the ground somewhere. For now I'm just going to build this thing up on the surface like this. So I'm going to start with a 9x9 base, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then we'll go out 9 blocks this way, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and we'll fill in some of the dirt below this. Alright, so there's our 9x9 base. I'll now build one that's 7x7 on top of that, and then I'll do a 5x5 on top of that, and finally a 3x3 on top of that. Now, as you can imagine, a pyramid that is 9x9, 7x7, 5x5, and 3x3, it's going to take a lot of blocks. It requires 164 blocks, in this case iron blocks, to build it, which in turn requires 1,476 iron ingots. So yeah, it's going to take a lot of resources, but it is so worth it. So we place the beacon on top, we get this awesome beam effect, which you can actually put tinted glass above this. I say tinted glass, colored glass, stained glass, green, red, magenta, whatever, and it will change the color of the light beam passing through it. If you place any other block on top of this, or anywhere in the beam, it's going to cut off the beam and it will not work. So the only blocks you want above this thing are going to be glass or water. When you click on the beacon, you can now select one of the various powers, and as you can see, depending on how many stages, how many levels of the pyramid, you have different options available. Speed will make you run faster, haste will make you mine faster, resistance will make you take less damage, jump boost makes you jump higher, strength makes you hit harder, and regeneration, just, you know, it regenerates your health, it's regeneration. So for my base, I think I'm going to go with speed and, yeah, just speed, because you can only pick one primary power over here, and then you can also pick a secondary power. For your secondary power, it can either be regeneration or level 2 of your primary power. So if we just pick speed and regeneration, I'll run a little bit faster. If we pick speed 2, we'll run a lot faster, but then we can't get regeneration. I'm fine with that. I'm just gonna do speed 2 and not worry about regeneration. And then you need to power this thing with one of the resources that you use to build it, either an iron ingot, gold ingot, diamond, emerald, or netherite ingot. And so there we go, speed 2. Anytime I am within 50 blocks of this beacon, I will have the speed 2 effect, and it is so lovely. Haste is great for mining. I'm going to go back to the end at some point. I'll build my emerald pyramid there. Actually, I should have made this one emerald because that's a little bit more showy. I'll tear this down, replace this with my emerald pyramid, and then I'll do my iron pyramid in the end, where I will apply the haste 2 effect so I can just dig through that. I can mine through the obsidian in lightning speed. It is so good. And there you have it, folks. That's going to wrap things up for today. Hope you enjoyed this episode. Hope you have fun taking out the wither without any effort at all. I love the wither trap. I love building that thing. I love just sitting back and watching the wither die all on his own. So easy. Such easy way to get beacons. Big shout out to my patron Songliano Waterwolf. Thank you so much for your support. If you'd like to support me on Patreon, please head over to Patreon, look up Newbie Dave. There's a link in my about page on YouTube, and I've got different price tiers with different rewards, and I really appreciate your support. Thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed this episode, please hit that like button, and while you're down there, feel free to subscribe so you'll get notified of future episodes as they come out. Thanks y'all, and have a great day.